Felt a little flimsy at first, but compared to the Wilson mouthguard I purchased at Walmart, it is a night and day difference. The Wilson mouthguard was the most expensive at Walmart, coming in around $9, but it was just too thick and made breathing difficult for the MMA training I do on a daily basis. The pros to this mouthguard are definitely the ease of fitment, follow instructions to a T and you will be fine, and the fact that you can breathe/talk/drink water very easily if you use this to train. The cons would only be that it does feel somewhat thin/flimsy, so this would be more for the lighter sparring/situations where you don't need heavy-duty protection. Sturdy mouthguard, although after 5 months I have bit through some of it, but I play roller derby, so midst hip checks and full body hits I definitely do some grinding on my mouthguards. I would guess that if you were able to avoid grinding too much then it would last longer. Another highlight would be if you are looking to be able to clearly speak without trying to hard, then this one is smack dab in the middle of that need. You can talk but with a bit of effort to be clearly understood. I am definitely going to buy from Venum again. Fought in a MMA fight and still have my teeth. These were easy to mold. I am a 6:1 adult male and these are not too small for my mouth. Once you boil it, the rubber and the inner mold shapes to your mouth size and teeth. I was surprised how well the orange inner part formed around my teeth. They sink in deep and protect really well. My son had a cheaper guard from Rebgear and he can barely move his lips with those, and Terry's barely any forming around the teeth with his. I bought him one of these once I realized how good they were. Buy it, you won't regret it, and you won't have problems with size if you boil them and follow directions. This thing is rock solid. I actually don't use it for fighting but for working out. I tend to bite down so hard that I've cracked a few teeth, so I figured I'd give this a shot. After the molding process I was simply stunned with how well it fit in my mouth. Comfortable as well. The extra rubber on the outside gave me something to really gnaw into, which I know is not the intended purpose, but I'm simply blown away by the fit and quality of this. Can't recommend it enough. When I first got this it appeared to be a child's mouthguard. I read other reviews online and went through the fitting procedure. It actually fits real well, nice and snug if you follow the directions. Does not fall out. I actually have to pull it off of my teeth. Tip-top, as advertised quality item, this one is. For me, it redeemed the entire category of the boil to fit style mouthguard. My first attempt, which I'd expected to be my last, was a mangled, useless mess. A worthless blob of disfigured rubber. And, yes, I tried to repeat steps _through_ after the initial fail. But that turned out to be an utterly useless exercise. A joke, really. Meanwhile, the Venum Challenger had a fitting process that worked the first time through, without a single hitch. But, please note the instructions. Read them. They are neither long nor complicated. If anything, they outline a simpler fitting process than what similar mouthguards describe. However, there are some slight differences. That said, what do I know from the differences and or how important they are or not? Just better safe than sorry, right? I had no problems setting up the molding with the instructions provided and ended up with a nice clean dental impression into the mouthpiece. The mouthpiece feels pretty light and small in the mouth, and for $15 I don't think you can go wrong. I've seen reviews stating that the mouthpiece is too small out of the box. It is small out of the box, but once you boil it and bite down the rubber and the impression material will widen. As you can see in the picture, it's not as narrow as it was out of the box. So I have not used it for BJJ yet, but it does seem pretty decent. Good mouthpiece. The interior, orange, is a bit soft, and I did manage to suck some of it onto my palate in the fitting process, but it trimmed off without an issue. I have used it for a season of rugby and it stays in without needing to keep my teeth clamped together. Communicating with it in is not phenomenal, but is still better than many other mouthpieces I have used. Note: if you leave it in your pocket and send it through the wash, it will need refitting. So don't be forgetful like me. I use this Mouthguard longer than any other one I bought. I had to cut a little excess material, the blue gel part, off after molding, but the fit is amazing. I can comfortably wear it during sparring and can even talk to my students to give them a little coaching. Speech isn't perfect, but it's better than most Mouthguards. I only replaced it with something else because I was sick and figured putting the same Mouthguard in my mouth over and over may contribute to me getting sick again after recovering. Fitting was easy, but it is very different than most other Mouthguards, so make sure to follow the instructions carefully. Click link in description for more reviews.